And so everyone's freaking out about this stupid coronavirus, and people have masks on, and everyone's just, there's lines out the Costco, and it's like, you know, it's like the flu, you know? And so if you're healthy, you've got a strong immune system, you don't have to really worry about it, you know? But it's just such an engineered outbreak debacle. It reminds me of when we had these fires and everyone's walking around in masks, everyone's just like, oh, it's fire season. And I'm tired of just taking it on the chin, and we just keep accepting this bullshit that's put before us. And people are so concerned about their kids getting coronavirus or whatever, but they're going to give them all this processed crap food. I just got a email from Epicenter, this local like trampoline kid place, and they said, oh, we're offering bacon and pork ribs and all this big party stuff, and nothing but carcinogens, class 1 carcinogens. I emailed them back. I said, get me off this list. It's shameful that you're going to be feeding that to children. So like, we have parents concerned with the coronavirus, but they're giving their kids all this processed crap. Kids are obese. They just don't look healthy. You know, going around Costco, looking at the freaking tablets while their parents are shopping. Like, you know, they're getting shots. Everyone's got glasses. But we're concerned about the coronavirus. Like, if we're really concerned about health, you know, oh, I got to put this mask on because I want to be protected, you know. But never mind the chemtrail spraying. Oh, that's just water vapor. Never mind the vaccines. Never mind the Wi-Fi in schools. Never mind that, you know, that we have our kids on going to getting their shots to go to school, so they can learn from computers and Wi-Fi as the computers in their lap, you know, affecting their sperm, you know, their ability to it's just, this society really disturbs me. And I'm not saying I'm like, you know, above anything or anything like that. I'm just saying, like, the things I'm seeing, people freaking out, and all of a sudden they care about protecting themselves. But the air is poison. I don't see you freaking out about that. The vaccines are poison. You don't, you know, nature has all the vaccine shots we need in fruits and vegetables and clean water and sanitation. That's what eradicated all this bullshit. Don't repeat the pharma propaganda indoctrination line that, oh, well, we would have had all these polio and measles, we wouldn't eradicated nothing. They didn't get eradicated. Look up the definition of eradicated, okay? It's not that. And how we were able to not get as many cases was due to better sanitation and clean water. It starts with just taking care of yourself, washing your hands, drinking clean water, eating clean foods. That's all it takes. It just blows my mind that we have, I go around, kids don't look healthy, you know. I mean, there's some kids that are, you know, in our neighborhood that are riding their bikes around. They look, you know, that's what normal kids should do. But like, you go out in public and you go to the stores and stuff, and kids are on tablets and they're overweight with glasses and stuff. And, you know, their parents don't look good. And it's just, and I know that, you know, not everyone can afford organic food, and I get that, but it's just mind-boggling to me that we're so concerned with this coronavirus, which is a bio-warfare weapon, but it's really, you know, it's just a scare tactic. It's almost like a test run for the real epidemic, because AB 262, Assembly Bill 262, was approved in California. And now what this does is, hold on, let me get over this little area here. This is disturbing because we're being set up. Our legislators, our politicians that are approving and signing these bills are completely bought and paid for. And we have this AB 262 that says that it was approved. And it says that the public health official of each county can decide all the medical decisions for that county. So if there's, in the case of an outbreak or epidemic, okay, an outbreak is 3 or more people contracting something. An epidemic is 7 or more people. So 2 people have coronavirus in our county, I guess. There's 2 confirmed cases. even though the testing for it is completely flawed, and there's no way to test for it, because you could have some of the virus, but it's only if you have a lot of the virus that you really have it. We all could have a little bit of it, so the testing is flawed. So don't let them say, oh, you have coronavirus, when the testing is flawed in the first place. And it's just so disturbing that a public health official who is not a licensed medical practitioner can then say, oh, well, we have an outbreak, we have 3 people who've caught coronavirus, everyone in the county needs to get their shots. They could say that, So it almost feels like this is a test run for if they do get the actual coronavirus vaccine, which they probably already have. If they get that and release it, the sheeple will be like, oh, well, let me go get that vaccine. And it's just like, I guess my point is, I'm just disturbed about how stupid people are. And I would hope that they start to see through this bullshit a little more, hopefully sooner than later, because we're only as good as our neighbors. We're only as good as the people next to us. If my neighbor gets an offer from Telecom to put a cell tower, put a 5G small cell in his backyard for $1,000 a month, he would probably do it, because he doesn't see a problem with radiation. He doesn't see a problem with his smart meter. We're only as good as our neighbors. We're only as good as our society. We're only good as our town. And I just am not liking what I'm seeing. We get everyone protesting at City Hall because we don't want artificial or synthetic fertilizer or synthetic herbicides and pesticides, and we want everything organic. We don't want that stuff sprayed in our parks and stuff. Well, that stuff can be cleaned off. Just a little diligence. We did a post on that. It's easy. We get everyone down there at City Hall with their kids and their signs, but we don't have anyone protesting besides me and JL and Peter. We don't have anyone else protesting 5G. Like, that's just no big deal to have a cell tower outside your house. And mandatory vaccination. No one. Is there going to be any resistance to this stuff? That's what I'm saying. Is there going to be any resistance to this agenda that's just being carried out in full force right before our eyes? And all they have to do on their bought and paid for media is post someone being wheeled out, and people, doctors with the masks and suits wheeling someone out. That's all they have to do. And they get people all hyped up and afraid, and they'll run down to the store and buy a bunch of freaking toilet paper and crappy food and water. That's all. It's just everyone is so easily manipulated. Suddenly we're concerned about health and not contracting a virus. Oh, but we're giving our kids shots and injecting live viruses into them that they then shed, which causes epidemics like the measles outbreaks in Disneyland and the one in New York and stuff like that. Those were all the vaccinated kids who were shedding those live viruses. It wasn't the unvaccinated. They've done small studies, not long-term control studies with the unvaccinated versus vaccinated, but they've done short-term studies, and the unvaccinated kids have been proven to be healthier. It's not even up for debate. So it just blows my mind that our society, we're being set up for this shit, and we only are concerned about our health when we're told to be concerned about our health. Why isn't the newspaper reporting about 5G? Why isn't the newspaper reporting about the dangers of vaccines? Why isn't our newspaper reporting about the dangers of processed foods, flesh, and dairy? Huh? Because there's all the money in those industries. That's why. It's unbelievable, dude. And I do these videos because I feel like I don't even know what to do. Like, what am I going to go do? Scream at our city council? I've already done that. It gets nowhere. That's like talking to a wall. So now we're working on the notice of liability, but that takes time to understand that, and it's an affidavit. It's a commercial lien. We're not raised. We don't go to school, and we're not taught that stuff. What we should be taught in school is how to grow your own food, how to distill your own water. I don't know. Maybe that's too easy. Just get a distiller. How to do a tax return, how to file for lawful money, how to understand commerce. If you can homeschool your kids and get them out of Get him out of Common Core. I recommend you do it. They got the globe indoctrination. Show me the curve. It's flat. We're on a flat plane, motionless. There's over 200 biblical references to the flat earth. And I have a military contact who told me we found the dome. This is our domicile. Our domicile. Free your dome. The dome. There's a dome. This is our world. And we're just taking shit for granted. We're slaughtering fucking animals like it's going out of style. 2,000 a second. 2,000 animals are killed in animal agriculture a second worldwide. Every second. 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000. Why? So people can eat carcinogens? I'm sorry for being pissed off. We need to be, I'm going to start gardening. We're going to do what we can to share the knowledge about organic fruit and vegetable farming, and composting and utilizing the worms and all of that. And the more I'm reading in this new book I got, the more I'm seeing that, my gosh, the manure and these animals are meant, if we're not overbreeding them, obviously, what are we going to do with all the animals if everyone goes vegan? Well, we're going to stop overbreeding them, first of all, so there won't be this glut of animals with nowhere to go. But the animals are meant to be grazing and on the land. And their manure helps enrich the soil. It's when their manure is from factory farms where they're being overbred and they live in filthy conditions, and they put all this waste in these giant pools because it has nowhere to go, and then they let it pollute into the waterways, into the rivers, into the oceans, and then we get ocean acidification and ocean dead zones. Okay, even your grass-fed beef is going to have that problem. Not on such a scale, but a lot of grass-fed a lot of times just mean they're fed dried up grass, aka hay, in their pens. Okay, don't talk about grass. You don't know what these animals are. They're still injected with up to 450 drugs, even if it says no antibiotics. And the water, it's more water usage, way more water usage, and way more land. And we could be taking that land and growing little plots of growing fruits and vegetables, utilizing the land, and then we could let the animals graze on the land. There won't be as many, so we don't have to deal with the feces runoff, but we could use their manure, we could use it's all there. It's the ways to do things are all there. We've been doing them wrong, and most people can't even see it. Yeah, I don't even know where to start. I'm gonna go work out and just be healthy. Worry about your health 24/7, not when they release some stupid biowarfare pandemic. And China's a mess. We don't know what's going on over there, but if you have pollution like that, and if you have 5G being fully deployed, and you have mandatory vaccinations, you're going to have some people dropping dead in the streets, and you're going to have quarantines and shit, okay? Let's just focus on what we can do every day, what we can do to be healthy. And that's clean water, exercise, sun, fruits, vegetables, beans, nuts, seeds, all right? And work on being self-sufficient and go to local farms and try to grow your own food. And I know we have to go to the grocery store sometimes, and it just gives me the sickest feeling knowing that I'm just another zombie in there getting food from someone, that's a few days old or whatever, someone else grew. It's like, I don't like it, but we have to do it, here and there. But we need to do our best to wean off of that. And let's not just have selective compassion, Let's not have compassion for our pets. But, oh, fuck that pig, fuck that chicken. It doesn't matter. Fucking bullshit, dude. Bullshit. All right, I'm out.